Hello, we're going to take a look at the Immersive Reader feature today that is housed in Canvas. So you might have noticed a button in the upper right-hand corner that says Immersive Reader. And this is a new tool that Canvas is providing students and staff the ability to get into your text in Canvas a little bit deeper and better understand the materials that are presented in your Canvas pages. So to access the Immersive Reader on any page that is eligible for the Immersive Reader, which are typically home pages, your lesson pages, and even some of your assignment pages, you're going to find this button right here in the upper right hand corner. So what you're going to do is go ahead and click on that. And once you do, you're going to be launched into the Immersive Reader for that page. And the page is going to look something like this. So once you're in the Immersive Reader, you're going to see a couple of different buttons and a couple of different options. And we're going to walk through those buttons and options so that it makes sense as you go through the Immersive Reader experience. So right away off the top here, we're going to notice these three buttons in the upper right-hand corner. Okay. The first is a text option, so you can choose the size of the text. You can make it big, you can make it small. So whatever size you feel the most comfortable with. So we're going to keep it at 42 for right now. You can also decide if you want to have increased spacing between the words. So right now you'll notice by default there's an extra space between each word. If you uncheck that box, now the text goes back to a normal spacing, very similar to what you saw on the original page. So depending on how you want to use the Immersive Reader and the accessibility of the Immersive Reader, you might want to take that space out. You might want to keep the space in. That's totally up to you. But there is a feature, there is a button that allows you to take that option either to add the space or remove the space. You can also change the font. So by default, it's Calibria, but you can change it to other options as well. So whatever is your preference, what is ever the easiest to read, you can choose between these three options of font. Likewise, you can also choose the theme. So if there's a color code or a color scheme that works best for you, you can choose that. So if you want to have the black background with white lettering, sometimes that is easier to read, so that it's an option. But there's other colors as well. If you click on more colors, you can choose the color code that you prefer. But for right now, we're just going to keep it by default. We're going to do the white background, the white background with the black font. And then lastly, a button on here that says Show Source Formatting. This is just going to remove any of the header formatting, so like bold and italics. If you click that button, you can see that the bolding goes away for the headers. So again, depending on how you want the Immersive Reader to work for you, you're going to either want to keep that button turned on, which I would highly recommend, because then at least you can kind of see where you are in the text. It gives you an idea as far as, if you're in a new section, if there's a new header, if there's distinguishing titles, whatever there might be in your text, that source formatting can kind of help cue you in where you are in the lesson. The next button on here, this middle button, this is the parts of speech feature. So if you are trying to work on grammar or punctuation or parts of speech, this is a great tool to help break that down for you. So if you're having a tough time pronouncing certain words, if you click on syllables, it now creates and breaks the words down into specific syllables. So as you can see, students broken down into 2 syllables. Identify, another one that is broken down, aspects. So you can see as the reader goes through, you can keep this option up and you can go through and read the various parts of speech. So I'm going to turn that off, and the next part that I'm going to turn on is if you're looking at parts of speech, you can identify things like nouns. So as you can see, as I turn that on, it's going to identify all of the nouns on the page. If you're looking to identify verb words, you can go ahead and turn that on. Same thing, it's going to identify all of the verbs. Same thing with adjectives. Those are in green. Adverbs. And again, if you want to change the color based off of your color preferences, let's say maybe you chose a green background. So green's not going to work very well for adjectives. You can change that to any color that you want on here. So again, this is fully customizable based off of the needs for you. And again, some of you might want to use parts of speech, and some of you might find that parts of speech is really not useful. Again, it depends on what you're using the Immersive Reader for. If you're using it as a true text-to-speech reader, some of this parts of speech might not be helpful. It might just be extras. If you're really trying to understand the difference between nouns and verbs and adjectives, then this parts of speech might be very helpful for you. So again, you can turn on and turn off any of these features at any time when you're in the Immersive Reader. And then lastly, in the upper right corner, you're going to see the reading preferences. And then this simply just turns things into focus mode. So if you want a line focus on, you can choose to have either just one line be a focus, you can choose to have 3 lines be a focus, or you can choose to have up to 5 lines be in focus. So again, if you want to just focus on certain parts of the reading, this is another option as well. This picture dictionary, this is a very helpful tool when it comes to trying to identify certain words. So if there is words that just, they don't make sense, if you click on a word like identify here, you'll see that an image pops up to try to help give you some context clues or a definition as to what identify means. So that is the picture dictionary. And then lastly, you have the ability to translate this text. So if you want to translate this to a different language, there's plenty of different options in here that you can choose from. So those are some of the basic features in the Immersive Reader. Down here at the bottom, this is where you're going to start to see the play button along with some voice settings. So before I hit play, I'm just going to click on the voice settings, make sure I have it at the right speed. So again, you can choose how fast you want the reader to read, or you can choose how slow. So if you want to slow things down and really understand the words, you can go down all the way down to 0.5 speed and as fast as 2.5 speed. So, but again, you know, an average pace of about 1.25, somewhere in there is going to be sort of a moderate speed. You also have the ability to change the voice selection from female to male, which again, this is just a preference thing. If you want the reader to be a female voice or a male voice, you can turn that at any time to the opposite selection. Now, the other part of the Immersive Reader is that you might come to a page, and like we said earlier, this learning target icon, this was an image, and you might not want that to read right there. If you want, you can jump right down to students. So if you click on students and then you go ahead and click on play.
Students will be able to identify the key aspects needed to be successful in this course.
All right, so there you have it. So that was 1.25. As you saw, it was a little bit faster. So we're going to move it down to 1. But again, the point here is that you can click anywhere in this Immersive Reader at any time. You can pause, you can play, you can reread things, and allow the Immersive Reader to really help you and guide you through your lessons and your text pages in Canvas. The other part of this too is, again, as you go ahead and hit play, say if you are having trouble understanding this sentence, right? You're really struggling to understand what does this mean. Students will be able to identify key aspects. You can play this over and over again.
Students will be able to identify the key aspects needed to be successful in this course.
right? So you can play it over again. And if you need it to reread to you, go ahead and click on students. Otherwise, if you felt fine and you're good to go to move on, you can just let it keep playing. Now, the other part of this is, again, that picture dictionary, as you see when I clicked on course here, it gave you a couple of different pictures, right? This was different than identify. So when you click on course, it gives you what looks like a track or a field. It gives you a meal, and then it gives you a class, right? So course, in the terms of definition, can be one of these three things. So as a reader, it'll be up to you to better understand and define what the word course means, but at least it gives you some context clues to better understand the term course. The other part of this is, let's say you're having a tough time understanding one word. So let's say you're having a tough time understanding identify. You can have the reader simply just read that one word to you. So if you click on the word and then click on the voice,
Identify.
it'll read just the word identify to you. So if you're ever having pronunciation issues or troubles trying to say a word, you can click on any word in the reader,
Ensure.
and it's going to tell you exactly what that word is. So again, just a lot of different practical uses that are in the immersive reader. And every experience is going to be a little bit different for everybody. It's not, the experience is not going to be the same for every single student. So some students might find this helpful to just have it simply read to them. Some students might need it to help better understand parts of speech. Some students might need it to just identify specific words or syllables. So again, use this and create the settings to tailor it to your needs. That's really the key part to this tool, is tailoring it to the needs of you. And again, if you don't need it, there's always the option to just continue on and not use it. Now, once you're done in the reader, to exit out, you're just going to go up to this arrow, click on it, exit out, and it brings you right back to the original lesson page in Canvas. Now, if you do have any questions about the Immersive Reader, feel free to reach out to myself, Brandon Doucette, at bdoucette, DOUCETTE, at nosd.edu. And I'm happy to try to answer those questions for you and find creative solutions for the new Immersive Reader feature. Thank you.